How many times did I pee my futon during the first 2 months of the pandemic?
There's no way to know the answer to this. I'm going to guess 4.
You're such a scumbag. Hey, Sean.
Yes, Ray.
How much differently do you think your life would be if you were 7 foot tall?
It'd be very different. I think if you're 7 feet tall, you must feel like an unwanted celebrity in your life. You know what I mean? Like everybody just staring at you.
Yes.
It's like being a hot chick.
But nobody wants to, not everybody wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
And they're probably worried about how painful that thing is that you have.
There was, I made like a tall joke. There was a guy in the elevator that's probably 6'8" on this elevator I was on at Megan's building.
Yeah.
And this little girl, it was very cute. This little girl was in front of him, but she was looking up like he was a skyscraper. It was like really cute. So I go, she's like, that is one tall person. I was like, narrating with the girl. I was like making conversation. And then I was like, I'm sorry. I know that you probably get tall shit all the time. Like I apologize. Like,
you said that to him?
Yeah. Well, I said, tall jokes, whatever it was.
I thought you were going to say
cute.
I thought you were going to say the little girl was like, that is one tall motherfucker. hey, Shawnee. Are you Shawnee from apartment B? This big fuck. I was thinking about this. This is kind of crazy, Sean.
How do you think your life would change if you were 7 feet?
It's only a couple more inches.
Let's not go crazy. You're
pretty tall.
You're like 6'2". What are you? What are you?
6'3".
Okay.
You already answered one of the questions of today's quick jerk.
Is it really?
It was one of them. Today's quick jerk, to give you a little bit of a tease, is it is asking Sean rapid fire questions about one of the things he loves most.
Which is you?
Myself. Trivia questions about me.
I do love you.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I love you too, pal. And here's another thing, another little tidbit about the brand new jerks is my girlfriend is one of those crazy crystal ladies.
Yeah, we were talking.
Who was like really into zodiac signs.
You were so mad last night.
And I wasn't mad. It's just so funny that like she really is heavily into it, and
tell.
she'll do the thing like, oh yeah, he like talking about one of her friends. She's like, yeah, he's just being like, he's just not communicating the way that I would want him to be. But that's because his moon's in Gemini, so that's a thing. And I was like, yeah, we're also, he's having a rough week. His moon's in Gemini. Like, she won't, get off of it. Well, then she was...
I love the character, the aggressive astrologist.
Oh, that's her. And, we watch a lot of, reality TV, and she does it with Love is Blind.
Oh,
she'll be like, she's got to be an Aquarius. Or
and does she look it up and find out?
Yes, but
how often does she write?
She's gonna fucking listen to this.
Yeah,
so
but I bet you she's right more than she's not.
I'd say she's 50-50. But what she does have the benefit of doing is she if she doesn't guess their sign, which is easy to find, right? Like your sun sign, I guess, which yours is Taurus. Like there's
That's the
other
main one? That's where your birthday is.
There's a whole chart.
Yeah.
So she's like, it may not be that they were Aquarius, but there's definitely going to be some Aquarius in their chart. I bet you they're an Aquarius rising or an Aquarius moon.
So it covers your bets.
Kind of covers your bets a little bit.
Does. They're like,
but I mean, there's a lot of things that you can find. So here's the thing that I was going to say is she said that you and I are both Libra moons. And part of a Libra moon is one of the main characteristics is people-pleasing behavior.
Yeah.
And she says it makes sense that we do this podcast together.
Yeah. Well, she described a couple of things. Because I'll be honest, people always talked about Taurus. I'd always be like, that's why I always didn't care about astrology, because I was like, I was like, yeah, some of that's right, I guess. Whatever. I didn't really think about it. But I will say that when she gave whatever that extra moon was, and she was like, this means you do this, and then this. And then you do this, whatever it is, and I was like, "Oh, I do every one of those." And I don't think it's very general. It's very general behavior, but the fact that it kind of narrowed it down, and I know it's like cold reading when we have those psychics that cold read.
Yes.
But I still was like, that's still a very big coincidence that the 3 things that you listed, and she knows me, but we're not super close.
Yeah.
So were 3 things that I was like, oh yeah, that's me more than the other one is. So I was kind of like, all right, that's interesting. I can see why people get into it, but I'm not a big astrology person.
I actually think it's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. I do think it's something fun, and I mean, to be honest, the way that I think of a lot of things, I mean, it's just as valid as religion.
It 100% is.
Yeah.
And I think all that stuff comes out of, we talked about it the other day in the car, where it's like we talked about the consciousness thing, and you were telling me about that Ghost podcast that you were listening to, and you're like, dude, it's crazy because it has like, it's like true crime and Ghost at the same time, and I was like, yeah, man, it's like, I'm into that stuff. I'm into like the science of, well, we don't know all of our science, and there's probably something else that we don't know about consciousness that's like kind of ruling our reality. And I talked to you about that whole. I was watching this thing on black holes, and I was like, somebody kind of like simply explained it for like a layman like me, and I was like, oh yeah, like that proves that it's kind of a lot of this is made up, because it's like, say you go to another planet where they have a different amount of, the gravity is different, like Newton, the law of gravity, they experience space-time differently. Like they, like when they talk about like, hey, there's a far-off exoplanet that has like similar characteristics, but their year is only 100 Earth days. Like their sun goes around faster. It's like, it's just all a matter of that. It's like, think about how that would change your reality if you didn't have all the things that are set by the speed of light. You know what I mean? Like all our stuff on this planet, that's like our days, our nights, our not being able to lift us because of gravity. Stuff like that. If that changed where it's like, oh, you have less gravity on your planet, this table would go up like it was a piece of cotton candy. You know what I mean?
It would be
like,
floating probably the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I think the benefits of science. I mean, obviously science is like well researched, but it always has such like. They can always either convince you with a lot of like data that you either understand and you're like, wow, that makes sense, or you don't understand and you're too embarrassed to show how stupid you are. So that's why I always go, science said that. Fuck it, yeah, it's probably science.
Did I ever send you? I don't know. It's there's a video on YouTube about explaining all the dimensions up to like 10. No. And it's you have first, second. We're 3-dimensional objects in the 4th dimension, right? We're in 4D, but we exist as 3D objects, right? But then they keep going, right? And I'm like, I'm on board to like maybe 6. I'm like, I kind of get this. By 10, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
10 dimensions.
I'll send you the video. It's a cool video. It's a very like same kind of thing. They do it with like a stick figure. It's like for idiots. It's like for people like me. It's like watching it, going, okay, I can get my head around part of this video, and that's how hard it is to get your head around it.
I wish I knew more things.
So do I. I start reading more.
I know.
These books are coming with me to my new apartment.
We talk about this all the time, and it is just so much easier to watch than to read.
Oh my god!
I also can't. You know what somebody recommended to me? What? Audiobooks. Can't do them.
I treat them like podcasts, where I try to do it at night, and I end up dozing off, or if I'm walking around on the train, the topics that I'll get audiobooks that are like physics based and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I need to be sitting in the quiet room thinking about every word that I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember one of my goals during the pandemic, right? When everything shut down, I was like, you know what I'm going to do is I am going to learn about like politics and about like how I'm getting fucked over by the government and all this stuff. Like I wanted to be, because that was kind of what was going on. That's what everybody was talking about. So I remember I was like, I subscribed to a couple of newspapers. I like subscribed to a couple of apps and like podcasts that, talked about it. And then I remember I bought that book that came out about Trump. That like Room Where It Happened.
Yes, I think I bought it with the red cover. I bought that one.
Dude, I listened. It was like some like former staffer of his wrote this book.
Yeah.
I listened to like 40 pages of it, and I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. It all seems like bullshit. It's like a story written about an asshole written by a dickhead, and it was like these just all seem like
Well, you're kind of just summing up politics. The more things happen, I was like. Dude, when that guy was running in 2016, when that first happened, I was like, oh my God, this can't happen. This can't happen. I was so against it. I was like, this is insane. I had all the same worries that a lot of people from New York and around the country had, whatever it was, right? But what's happened since then, you see the bullshit. Now I'm like, it's all bullshit.
You really do.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, now they're like, we can't let him get back in office. I'm like, well, he was already a sitting president, and he was elected fairly. Yeah, he contested his election, but because that's what he is. But it's not like you don't have that thing anymore. But he can't be president. He's a fucking reality show guy. He was president for 4 years. So you give those people so much more of a leg to stand on.
Sean.
Yeah.
this is a perfect transition into our first game of the day.
All right, let's hear it.
And I don't know. I'm hoping this is something you can do because I don't think that this is something that I would have been able to do. So I'm hoping it's up
Political
your
6 degrees
alley.
of separation.
It is. Yes, it's who worked on whose campaigns.
Chuck Schumer sponsored a bill with
No, it's
AOC.
It's a little bit simpler, and what it is I'm going to put 90 seconds on a timer.
Okay.
You have 90 seconds to do this, and I think you'll be able to nail this, and you will have an easier time nailing this than I would because of your age. And that's not to be mean,
No, yeah.
but it's because you were around longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 90 seconds on the clock, and you are going to name in order from present to past the last 10 presidents.
Oh, the last 10?
Yes.
The last 10. So, all right. Ready?
It's on.
Oh, Biden, Trump, Barack Obama, George Bush. Can I name them twice because they ran 2 terms? So they had 2 terms?
No, you don't have to.
George Bush, Ronald Reagan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. George Bush, Al Gore. Oh, did he lose? He lost. Not Al Gore. Fuck. Sorry. Do I lose the whole thing now?
No.
All
Keep
right.
going.
Who was it? It was. I'm like not feeling well. Here we go. Wait. Doing it backwards is like
Yeah.
George Bush. Al Gore lost to him. Before George Bush, Jr. was who was it? It was.
He's made several visits to Epstein's Island.
Oh, Bill Clinton. Oh, my
Okay.
God, Bill Clinton. And before Bill Clinton was George Bush Sr.
Okay.
How many did I do so far?
You have 4 left.
Shit. Before George Bush Sr. was Ronald Reagan. Before Reagan was Carter. Before Carter was Ford. Before Ford was what year? How many do I have? 1 left.
10 seconds. 1 left.
After Nixon.
Yes. Look at that. 2 seconds left, and he nails it. 2 seconds left. That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Your only little hiccup was Bill Clinton, which I thought was pretty
I
weird.
just forgot. When you know when you see, it's like you see Bill Clinton so much, you're like, oh, he's just like a kind of a character.
Yeah.
Like the voice and the like.
And
Forget that he was like president for 8 years.
And kind of a piece of shit in hindsight, right?
Well, I mean, they all are.
Well, every one of those dudes that you just
But
named
he's-
is probably a sociopath.
Yeah, no, I don't think Barack Obama is. I think he actually has. I think Bill Clinton probably has good attributes. I don't think Joe Biden is at all. I think he's a good guy. I think they all have. I think it's more egomaniacs. All of them are egomaniacs.
I would say the least
I don't even
awful.
think George Bush Jr.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think he's actually probably like not bad. Wasn't it weird when we got Trump? Everybody was just kind of like, oh, he was George W. Bush was
By
fine.
comparison, soften the blow.
Yeah.
But he kind of just seemed like a useful idiot. If you watch all that stuff from that time, and you're like,
Oh,
he's
yes.
a guy that, like, hey, he like did it out of obligation for his family's like, well, it's got to be one of us, and we can't do Jeb. That was the rumor. They can't do Jeb because he had like an affair or something.
Oh, really?
So that's why he was like, now it's your turn because you're just the other. We have to keep a Bush in the White House.
Do you remember when it was like a thing where it was like just like George Bush did cocaine, so that was a bad thing?
Yeah.
And then now it's like this guy only was accused of sexual assault 4 times. He didn't do anything.
Adultery and grabbing pussies and all that sort of stuff.
All right, I have a lot of games for you, Sean. So
How
we
many
might as
more
well
do you
just
have?
dive right into it. I have one more time trivia.
Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back and forth? You want me to show you your like this dude thing, or do we want to go you and then me?
I'll just fire off the next
All right.
game.
All right, cool.
Okay, this is another 90 seconds on the clock, and I did this. I do know that you are not the biggest sports guy in the world,
I'm not.
so that's what might make this a little bit better.
Oh, so
because when you go to a trivia night, you can't choose what the trivia is. It's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to have
I'm
you
gonna show
do
my true colors here.
is name 6 NFL teams that have won more than one Super Bowl. 90
Oh.
seconds on the clock. Go.
Giants.
Correct.
Cowboys.
Correct.
49ers.
Correct.
Vikings.
Incorrect.
Fuck. Eagles.
Incorrect.
Eagles haven't won more than one.
Only won one Super Bowl.
Patriots.
Correct.
Is how many? One more?
Two more.
Two more. Shit. Let me think. Who else? Not Jets. Let me see. See, the time pressure gets to me. How much time do I have?
You got a lot of time. You got 40 seconds.
Okay. I'm trying to think of other. Ravens.
Correct.
And
One more.
Seahawks.
Incorrect.
Did I say? I said 49ers. Rams.
Incorrect.
I said Cowboys. Let me see. I'm not Minnesota Vikings. I'm trying to think of that area. Like another. Oh, Redskins.
Correct.
There we go.
You did not name the Steelers.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
And looking up teams with multiple. Who has won the most Super Bowls individually? Oh, and there is our timer. One that I'm a little bit worried about is I said the Vikings. I don't think that they have ever won a Super Bowl.
You gave me a yes on that.
I gave you a no on that.
On double, yeah. But it shows how much I don't know, and like when I'm really put to the test. And also, I was able to get that one by hook or by crook, as my mom would say. But if you ask me like any kind of detailed anything, I would have been lost. I would have been like, I would have really like even like I know very little Met. Like I like going to Mets games. I like the Mets, but encyclopedic knowledge on sports is not my thing. Movies, I'm way better at.
Yeah, multiple Super Bowl. The most Super Bowls have been won by the Steelers and the New England Patriots, both with 6.
Really, yeah.
And then followed by the Cowboys and the Niners with 5. Broncos have won multiple. You mentioned the Ravens. They won 2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers won 2. And I do not think that the Vikings thing is killing me. Multiple. No, the Vikings did not. But the Rams did win 2. But I was confused because it's St. Louis they won, and then Los Angeles they won.
Okay,
it's kind of a little bit.
Still the Rams.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So you named 7
ownership.
You get a bonus point.
I get 7. There we go. Nice.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Were you shocked that I was able to get that?
No, I wasn't shocked. Once you nailed the first 3, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna get this, no problem.
I was trying to think of ones like those dynasty ones. Like I knew 49ers, and then Patriots is like that's a gimme. That was like it was waiting to answer.
I mean, the Steelers are the biggest dynasty, and you didn't name them. They're one of the biggest dynasties of all time. They won the year you were born, dude.
Well, how would I know? I was a newborn.
Yeah, but your brain.
I came out. I'm like, my mom's vagina. I said, "Who won the Super Bowl?" Hey, tell me this now because there's going to be a moment 45 years from now.
Mom, who won the Super Bowl, and who are the last 2 presidents? Because I'm going to need them for something.
Hey, who won the Super Bowl? And also, what's a Super Bowl?
All right.
Let's go to the next one.
All right. The next we are on to our 6 degrees of separation, our jerk trivia with movies, and these ones are
tough.
Not easy on the surface. Or not easy on the surface. They seem like they'd be harder, is what I meant. So
well, that's kind of like what mine were last week for you. There's like the 2-stepper, and then they sounded harder than they were.
90 seconds on the clock.
All right.
I'm going to need you to connect Andy Dick to Daniel Day-Lewis.
Andy Dick is in Old School. Andy Dick is in Old School with. I'm trying to think of a good one there. I can do it. He's in Old School with Juliette Lewis, who's in Cape Fear with Robert De Niro. Let me think of a good. who's Robert De Niro's in Killers with DiCaprio. DiCaprio's in fucking what with Daniel Day-Lewis. He's in what's it called?
No, they're in a movie together for sure.
No, they're not. They're not in a movie
Yes,
together.
they are. But I need the title.
What?
You have 44 seconds to get me the title.
Oh, Gangs of New York.
Boom. Okay. What I was thinking is Andy Dick is in Old School with Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's in Step Brothers with John C. Reilly, and John C. Reilly's in Gangs of New York with
Yeah,
Daniel
that's
Day-Lewis.
quicker.
Got there a little faster. But when the when the time's on, baby.
Yeah, I just knew. I was trying to think of people who were in like Juliette Lewis. I went because I was like, okay, I know she'll be in something with a serious actor.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh yeah, De Niro. And then once you have De Niro, you have a wide berth.
Okay, I got another one here.
Okay.
This is our second one, and it is
really hard.
Set our timer.
Is it really hard?
I don't know.
All right.
I need you to connect Megan Fox to Albert Brooks.
Wow. Megan Fox is in Transformers with Shia LaBeouf. Megan Fox to Albert Brooks. Shia LaBeouf is in Monuments Men with right? Isn't he with no? He's in the one with Brad Pitt. Let me get a Brooks movie that is good. Hold on, an Albert Brooks movie that has a lot of people in it. Megan Fox. What else is she even in? Megan? Oh, she's like 2 movies, right? She's like a lot of TV stuff or whatever it is, right? Or she's a new girl. All right, so let me think. Albert Brooks movie. Oh, I got one. Wait, hold on. Here we go. Megan Fox is in Transformers with Shia LaBeouf, right? Shia LaBeouf is in whatever that one that movie with Brad Pitt. What's it called? Fury with Brad Pitt. I think it's called Fury. You can look it up.
Okay.
Brad Pitt. I just had it and I lost it. Wait.
13 seconds, 12 seconds.
Brad Pitt is in. Shit, I'm not gonna get it. Brad Pitt is in. Oh fuck. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm trying to get to. Basically, I'm trying to get to Drive. I'm trying to get to right.
Okay. So, the way that I construct these is I pick.
I don't like your tone right now.
I pick 2 of the most random people, right?
And then you connect them.
And then I connect them.
Right.
Right. And then so I make sure like it can be done.
Right, of course. Well, that's if you didn't, then that would just be unfair.
Megan Fox is in This Is 40 with Albert Brooks.
Oh, I never saw This Is 40.
I saw it and didn't realize it, but I was like, oh, this is gonna be.
I didn't know she was in it.
One.
I had no idea she was in it.
This one's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
yeah, but because I was going to because I went a whole thing of like, I was like she was in this with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf was in fucking which I think I went to like Martin Sheen with the Wall Street or not Martin Sheen what the fuck's his name Michael Douglas and I went like that whole route and I went like fucking like. Oh, I think that's what I did. And then Michael Douglas was in Ant-Man with Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd was in This Is 40 with Albert Brooks.
Okay.
And then I looked it up to see if it was right. I was like, oh, fuck. Megan Fox was also in
That's crazy that you
Brooks.
just picked those random names yourself and then it just ended up that way.
Yes.
Well, thanks for trying to scam me.
I didn't scam you, dude. Don't act like this is a scam.
Well, I had 1 out of 2 in those.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. I was trying to get to something so I get to Drive. Something with Ryan Gosling, so I go Ryan Gosling's with Albert Brooks in Drive.
You know the difficult part of that
He's so
game?
good in that movie.
Oh, I love that movie. Difficult part of that game is when there's somebody that's like the point B that you have to get to, you get stuck on the person before them that you're trying to link them to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I guess the best way to do it is you start with the second person. So you would go, Albert Brooks is in this with... I guess it doesn't matter either way, to be honest. But
I think you start with whoever's the hardest and think of who you got to link to.
Yeah. Megan Fox, I know we're a new girl, and I know she's in Transformers, but I couldn't tell you anything else that she's in. Besides now I know that she's in This Is 40, but...
Okay.
Why, do you know a bunch of Megan Fox movies?
No, I don't. I just knew she was in Jonah Hex as well. Terrible.
You never saw that.
Horrible movie. One of the worst.
I've heard it's bad.
One of the worst movies I ever saw in theaters.
What's his name? Brolin? Josh Brolin?
Yeah. It was It was when DC Comics was like just panicking when Iron Man was successful. So they just started firing out any property they had. And it looks like that movie was made in like fucking 9 minutes.
Yeah, that sucks.
It was so bad.
I remember when it came out. Yeah,
Trailer looked badass. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, we've talked about that when we talk about movies, I think, where there's a procedure in Hollywood where it's like they'll put it out. If it's already greenlit, they'll put it out if it has 5 trailer moments because they have to get you in the theater.
That's fair.
So it's like, if your movie, and that's why everybody's like, all the good parts in the trailer. It's like, because they purposely did that.
They had no choice.
They had no choice, because they had to do it. And so especially when they do like trailer moments that you're like, there's a thing in the trailer that I'm like, you just blew the entire movie.
Well, dude, that's so crazy that you say this because I was, so me and my girlfriend, we were like trying to find a movie the other day. And she hasn't seen much. She likes to watch the trailers. So I was showing her trailers of some stuff. Like I showed her like 3 trailers. I was like, you pick which one you'd want to watch.
Yeah.
And she watches the one and I had to shut it off. And she was like, what? She was like, wow, this looks good. I was like, yeah, if we keep watching this, it's like giving the whole plot of the movie.
What movie was
Chef with John Favreau.
Oh, yeah, because it's like a 80-minute movie. And it's like, there's not much that goes on in it anyway.
It's a fun movie.
It's a really fun movie, and it's one of those Favreau indies, which end up becoming like just regular movies because they're so famous. But it's so funny. Tell me there's no real stakes in shit. Like there's no like.
That's why I like it.
Success, it's like an easy watch because did we talk about that already? Where it's like successful chef gets a bad review and opens up a food truck, ends up working out, but like. Already has so much money, he'd probably be okay. Like he probably goes
there's
viral.
no obstacles.
There's really no even the thing with the kid was married to what's her name from Modern Family.
Oh, dude,
Sofia Vergara,
and his girlfriend was Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, and then ends up getting married back to what happened to Scarlett Johansson? Why don't they get together then?
Dude, that is such a funny thing in movies when like a guy that's not that good looking. I mean, Adam Sandler's been getting away with this for fucking years, where they just cast themselves with the hottest wife ever.
Yeah. Well, you know who's great in Chef is Robert Downey Jr. is great. He's so funny in Chef. All right.
When he keeps going, did we sleep together? Yeah. The only things that I have left for you is I have our rapid fire questions.
Here we go. Best for last.
If you're ready for that,
let's do it.
All right. Rapid fire questions here. These are questions where we answer truthfully and honestly, and they are themed this week.
Okay. Well,
rapid fire questions, as we said before, they're questions all about your favorite pal, the handsome, the lovable, the charming, the God's gift to us all.
This part's not rapid.
Everyone's favorite Leo. And
everybody's favorite Leo moon.
These are all questions, Ray trivia. Most of them, if we have any listeners of the podcast, they know the answer. If they've listened to every episode, because there are some of them that have to do with the podcast, some of them that have to do with comedy, some of them that have to do with me personally. Let me know when you're ready.
How many questions are there?
There are
10.
63. No, it looks like there's about 13 questions. I think that you should get 10 of them.
Okay. Hopefully I will.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
When's my birthday?
It's in June. It's not in June. When is it again?
Okay, it's in June. You think it's in June? Okay. What are my 2 biggest fears?
What are your 2 biggest fears? I don't know. It's like the joke answer you did on the podcast, like actual real fears.
Real fears.
I don't know the answer to this.
Okay.
Well, I would say
you got to guess. I need answers.
Isn't it like it's not like isn't it like an animal? No, it's not like an animal.
One of them is
bees.
Okay.
And ghosts.
Okay, bees and ghosts.
These are really hard.
All right. What's my favorite movie?
Oh well. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's your absolute favorite. I know Goodfellas is up there.
Okay.
I know. Oh, T2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the first comedian I've ever seen perform live?
Was it not John Witherspoon? No, you worked with John Witherspoon, right? You
Yeah.
saw... Who'd you see? Shit. It was that... I don't... Oh, my God. I do know this normally.
Okay.
But in this scenario, it's hard.
4 seconds.
Fuck. Let me, not Nick Swartzen. Who was it? I don't know. Go ahead.
All right. My first comedy club weekend that I hosted, who was the headliner?
Dan St. Germain. I remember that.
Besides the obvious, what does Ray think is a sexy part of the female form? Sexy body part of the female form. Besides the obvious.
Ass and boobies.
MP.
And what? And
PBs and Bs. Besides VTs and A.
Is it belly?
Okay.
Shit.
How tall am I?
Well, I know that now. You're 6'3".
Okay. How much do I weigh?
I actually don't know. You've never told me this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say two. Because you think you told 280.
You're such a piece of shit. No, I'm not fucking 280 pounds. Okay. How many times did I...
You're 6'2", 6'3".
How many times did I pee my futon during the first 2 months of the pandemic?
There's no way to know the answer to this. I'm going to guess 4.
You're such a scumbag. Why was my grandfather discharged from the military?
Oh, he killed somebody, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did I want to be when I was a kid? Also a previous answer.
One of my answers that I give?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know. I want to be a truck driver.
Okay. I worked at the mall as a teenager. What was my job?
You worked at the movie theater, right? No, you worked. I know you worked at a movie theater, and it was like, and then they had a previews of movies and stuff like that. You worked at the mall in a store.
This is unbelievable. Okay. Last question.
I'm gonna say Abercrombie and Fitch model in the window.
It's not right.
Totally redeemed myself.
Some bonus points after all that 280 talk. What did my dad drunkenly get a tattoo of on his shoulder when I was 8?
Oh, I know what it was. It was the Batman Forever logo.
There we go. All right. So,
I did really poorly on this.
You did very
and
poorly.
I'm sorry.
My birthday, you said June? It was August 6th.
That was close. It's over the summer.
I also mentioned as we were leading into this that I was a Leo. Everybody knows Leo
Yes.
is late July, early August.
I'm not-
My 2 biggest fears, rats and failure.
Oh, I didn't know the rats. That's
Okay.
Megan's. Megan's is. Oh, that's right. Rats for the other night. You guys were freaking out. Yeah.
What's my favorite movie? Yes, it is Terminator 2.
Got that
Who's
one.
the first comedian that I've seen live? It was Jerry Van Dyke.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Shit.
First club weekend, you got that correct. It was Dan St. Germain. Besides the obvious, what does Ray think is a sexy part of the female form, body part? Armpits.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I see an armpit and it's kind of like, what else is there? You know? How tall am I? I'm 6'3". We got that out of the way. How much do I weigh? Omitted. How many times did I pee my futon?
You skipped over the weight one. You asked it. How was I over under? What was I?
You were 10 pounds more, 270
Oh,
pounds.
okay.
Still hurtful. I only peed my
That was
futon.
pretty close.
I only peed my futon twice during the pandemic because somewhere in there I got a
That you
bed
know of.
and I peed that a third time. So it was 3 technically. You could have said. Yes, my grandfather was a murderer. What did I want to be when I was a kid? I wanted to be a Terminator, dude.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You were making me think that I said a job.
I worked at the mall as a teenager. What was my job? It should have been an Abercrombie and Fitch model. Still could be.
If Terminator's a job, that means your boss is Skynet, right?
Well, I would be a good one, so my boss would be John Connor. You are funny as fuck,
Let's
dude.
not be ridiculous. Yeah.
Let's not be crazy. I worked at the mall as a teenager. I was the Easter Bunny at the mall.
Oh, I think I did know that, but you only told me that like once.
And yes, you got the last question correct. My dad drunkenly got a tattoo on his shoulder.
Which is a really funny story.
Yeah.
But the birthday one, I'm really upset that I'm sorry that I fucked that up. Hey, guess what?
I thought you would
next week. Sean quiz. How about that?
You're gonna give me a Sean quiz?
Oh yeah, how do you think you would do?
I would get 95% on a Sean quiz.
I don't know if you would.
I'm a good friend and I have a good memory.
You do have a good memory, actually. Hold on. Can I show you my videos now?
Yeah.
I have 2. It's more like so.
Hopefully, I don't break your chair with all 280 pounds of me.
Well, even to like
It's the winter
but
months.
you're tall.
I pack them on during the winter months, and it's not necessarily a neglect thing, or it's not necessarily an eating poorly and not taking care of myself. I'm doing it. It's like natural.
Here we go.
Natural order.
So the first one is I love when there's like dumb. They have like dumb instructional videos, and they'll put them on TikTok and put like a meme thing to it. But this one for me struck me as really funny, or just like so.
Hey, what's up? How's that party the other night?
So it was alright, but there was this guy, and he's with his girlfriend, and he's trying to get her to do something that she didn't want to do.
So what'd you do about it?
I didn't do anything.
Whoa, what? Guys, don't be like my friend here who didn't do anything. Not doing anything is part of the
The
problem.
most Boston instruction, like, how was that party the other night? Guys, don't be part of the problem. I love that. And then also, this went viral like a week or two ago.
They probably got them to act in that for free by telling them they would drop some of their charges.
Yeah. Hey, you don't go to juvie if you just act in one of these.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Real quick, before you show me this next one, what is so funny is when you pulled up the videos, all that I can really see on there are like videos of you that you're probably posting to Instagram of you doing stand-up. And I thought what you were going to show me as your dude, you'd like this.
Was
it's
one of
of your jokes.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe I'm gonna do this. Guess who this is?
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, you'd like this. Guess who this is.
No, hold on, it's not it. Dude, you'd like this. Guess who this is? I don't know if it says it on top. It might, so I might ruin it, but here we go.
Who the fuck was that?
Do you want to watch it again? Say it again?
Yeah.
Here we go. Wait.
What the fuck?
Do you know who that is?
Is it Adam Levine?
No.
No, because Adam Levine I've seen live. He's phenomenal.
I think that's one of his songs. That's one of the guy's songs. He was big in like the early 2000s, late 90s, I think it was. He has a famous father that's a singer.
Is that Robin Thicke?
Nope. It's he
Wait.
heartthrob.
Is it Jacob Dylan?
Nope.
Is
You're getting like you're in that vein of
he was a heartthrob, has a famous father.
yeah.
He
like women like he has a. You saw how packed it was.
Yeah.
He's like a throwback. He's kind of throwback. So it's from that
Kinda
time period.
throwback.
It might even. I don't think it's mid 90s, but it might be. So if you figure out what song that is.
Is he an American? The song sounds
I'm
familiar.
sure he
I
grew
can't
up
put
here,
my.
but he's Latino. I'll give you that as well.
Is it Ricky Martin?
No.
Is it he's Latino?
Kind of like out of the. I think there's been like rumors about this guy being this bad for years.
Oh, Enrique Iglesias. Yeah.
Like if he sung that song
is
correctly, you
so
would have
bad.
Yeah, that was how bad was that? That's at it looked packed.
One of the funniest things on planet Earth is the Hero video.
Oh, why? What is it?
It's Mickey Rourke's in it. And me and my friend Brandon used to laugh so hard at the one like, I can be your hero, baby. Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it, I think.
I think I remember that.
And it literally like the fucking last like half of the video, Mickey Rourke and his boys are just beating the shit out of Enrique Iglesias.
Wait, hold on. Can we pop it
Pull
on?
it up real quick.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. Would you laugh? We used to think that shit was so funny. Dude, he was trying to do some like version of falsetto.
Yeah, no,
and it just sounds like a Muppet trying to sing.
We'll just watch it and
Yeah. I mean, this is a weird ass video.
Did they rob a bank? Are they supposed to be bank robbers? Oh, that's what it is. Oh, they stole his money.
Yeah. Well, fucking hey, Mickey Rourke finds them.
It's kind of crazy. This means this is all studio. Like how good he sounds. Also, In that time period,
he has sexy like sleepy voice. So,
yeah, he has sexy. I just woke up voice.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, hey guys, shouldn't you just like? Do you have time to do this? You just stole a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Maybe just get on the move, get a move on.
Yeah, they just stole a bunch of money and now they're sightseeing.
This is like peak Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's
I was
so
gonna
hot.
say that. This is after she.
Also, what's he doing here?
This is after, like, directly after she found 2 killers back-to-back summers.
And
then.
Well, she kind of was found out to be like kind of a hack.
Oh really?
Right? Well, I remember seeing an.
Oh look!
episode
Wait
of-
a second. Here he
we
comes. Mickey Rourke. This is right around when everybody found out how ugly he was. You know what I mean? Like when they found out how gross
shit,
he
son.
got. He's doing kind of a Two-Face thing. You can see, like he's like flipping a coin.
Oh, yeah.
But he just looks like if the stuff got the whole face. You know what I mean? Like if it messed up a handsome dude completely.
There was a thing on like Punk'd where they pretended that Jennifer Love Hewitt was coming into a meeting to talk about a movie role, and then something happens in the office, and they get her and she's a good sport. And the end she goes, "So there's no movie?" Like she was like bummed out. She wanted to work on the movie. I felt so bad. What's this now? We're in the bed.
He is having sex with her at multiple different landmarks.
Now we're just rubbing the money on her.
Yeah, I mean, these are the worst criminals, and guess what? At the end, they don't. I don't think they get away.
You know what's crazy? You see like a shadowy version of Mickey Rourke, like that, like how he looks in this, like that year. If they did like a Joker then, he would have been a good Joker because his face is so messed up.
Or again Two-Face because they wouldn't have had to pay prosthetics people.
You're gonna sit in that chair.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Wasn't that a weird music video thing where it was like half like softcore porn?
Yes.
Like how many?
This is this exact time for that.
Like how many music videos are just people like having sex for fucking with their clothes on? They're like dry humping for a whole 3.5 minutes.
I remember how much of a big deal the videos were for the song. Like people would just watch videos all day.
Now he's burning money.
Here he goes. Oh, now he's Desperado. He has the. Oh, this is definitely supposed to be like a Robert Rodriguez thing.
Yeah, it's very Dusk Till Dawn. He might have directed it.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
This might have been when he was in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Wait, I think Mickey Rourke hits a woman now.
Oh, does he hit it? No.
But Mickey Rourke's dressed like Bill Murray at the end of
Kingpin?
Kingpin, yeah.
Also, when did Jennifer Love Hewitt become a flamenco dancer in that dress?
I remember me and my friend Brandon, we were young, we were in like junior high, just laughing so hard at this beating that they give him.
It's just like way too long.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Are they implying that they've been beating him for hours?
Yeah.
How's he still able to sing after that?
I know.
Oh, the cops came.
Yeah.
But shouldn't they get arrested?
It's like they tried to fit the like ending of every intense like tragedy.
Like, of every movie?
Yeah, like this is like Romeo and Juliet meets Spider-Man meets...
I just realized something. Maybe that's why he sounded so bad in that new clip, because Mickey Rourke beat the shit out of him.
Mickey Rourke probably... Hey, did this motherfucker steal money off of Mickey Rourke again? Did he steal the last of his barfly money?
He's like, I'm sorry, Mickey Rourke. He beat to death my vocal cords. He's a beggar. He's never been stopping chasing me since that video.
That is so funny.
Isn't that crazy? We could do that.
We should do that more.
We should do a video, a wacky video. You ever watch the? It's not even funny, but it's like you don't realize how messed it up is. I was like 12, and you watch the Aerosmith "Janie's Got a Gun" video.
I never saw it. We could do that next time.
We'll do it next time because
right.
I don't want to ruin it for when you see what it's about. You're gonna be like, "What the hell?" You're gonna be like, "This is like you realize it, but like it's just like this like." Cool rock song, and then you realize what's going on. You're like, "Ooh, this is really gross."
Music videos were so awesome, though. Like
were
that
amazing,
was awesome.
dude.
That was like a movie
Yes,
quality.
yes.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Well, how many directors got like gigs off of? Remember how psyched people were for Hype Williams, and then he made Belly, and they're like, "All right, go back to videos."
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe he does TV as well. I don't know. But the yeah, dude. It was like there was like so much effort put into those freaking things.
I love music videos, and they're just gone. Because I remember even like TRL, which is dated.
Yeah,
they stopped like they
Even they stopped showing it.
Dude, they would have TRL, and they would be like, I remember they would do their top 10, and they played full fucking videos of all 10 things with little things interspliced. Then what they started doing is they were playing like 30 seconds of some of them and full of others. Then they would be like, number 10, Christina Aguilera. 9 is this.
Oh my God.
8 is, and then they would play a little bit of 8, and then they'd come back and they'd be like, we have, Carson Daly here with,
like Eminem or something. Or,
Yeah.
They ever see that clip? I've seen that pop up.
No.
It's like peak Eminem, and he's on TRL with Mark Wahlberg, and he he made fun of him in the song, so you could tell Mark Wahlberg was like not happy.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg. It seems like he has a sense of humor about himself 30% of the time.
Yeah.
Like he's he seems such a douche, and then he'll like do that sketch with Andy Samberg, and you're like, well, do you have a sense of humor?
But apparently he
yourself?
wasn't thrilled about that at first.
Right. That's what I heard. Right.
Say hello to your mother for me.
It's like it's a great. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
So on this clip, he comes like Eminem's already out there, and then Wahlberg comes out, and he's kind of just like, and he kind of says hello to Eminem. He's like all pissed off. This is like 30 years ago, probably. Who knows how long ago it is, right? And then he goes, you have Eminem going. He's like, all right, we'll just stand here like a big, happy, fun bunch. Like we're just a bunch, like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, like that kind of thing. And just
hilarious.
keep saying it, and you could just see the anger on Wahlberg's face.
What an ass.
So, but I think that was at the time when, even then, I think they were like winding down as far as videos go. Like videos were like a big.
They were
I
great.
used to watch this is before your time, but Bon Jovi videos were such a big deal. I remember my cousin was like, she was in a concert that was in a Bon Jovi video, and we found her like and we were all freaking out. We found her. It was on like a family vacation, and we're like, oh my God, there you are! And it's like a speck, but it's definitely her because she was like, I know where I was sitting. But everybody's freaking out because you're in a Bon Jovi video, even if it's like a tiny dot of your head.
Before we get out of here, one last question of the show.
You're 6'3". Oh,
Does does Bon Jovi stink, or is Bon Jovi awesome?
Bon Jovi's awesome. Bon
What?
Jovi, come on, you don't. Here's the thing: you have to put things in perspective. You don't get to that point like maybe I'm not the biggest fan of Bon Jovi, but like. You kind of this many years later, and you're still around. You're part of music. Like you got to admit that some of those songs were good.
Yeah.
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted.
A head from a guy.
All right, that's a great place to end.
All right. I'm Ray Zawodni. You can find me at Ray Zawodni on all social media. I also can't take credit. That song has been ruined for me because I've went on too many road trips with a comedian out of Pittsburgh, Matt Light, and that's all he did the whole time was parody songs with the filthiest thing. So I would have to shut off some songs because I was like, dude, I fucking love this song. It's one of my favorite songs. I can't, have you, making night moves about fucking a gay orgy.
He's just Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber. He's like, the most annoying sound in the world.
Yeah. But yes, at Ray Zawodni on all social media. And you can catch Brand New Jerks here every single Thursday, audio, full episodes on our YouTube. We've also cut down our segments into individual. If you want to share those with your friends, maybe that's a good way to get them into the podcast. Say, hey, listen to these rapid fire questions. These dudes are so fucking funny, and then they'll pick up the full thing, and we'll keep this moving. More shorts and reels coming at you from the Brand New Jerks as well, and we're just gonna keep evolving this goddamn thing, and pretty soon you're gonna see the same old jerks in some new digs. We're gonna be moving.
Yeah, we're moving studios. And by that we mean we're both moving into new apartments.
Both moving into new apartments, moving studios, and as far as live dates go, this coming weekend I will be performing down at the Grizzly Pear in New York. I'll be at QED as well in a story on Saturday. And speaking of that Matt Light guy, he's doing big things in Pittsburgh. I'm doing his show on December 16th at Stage AE. Shaunold.
I am at Shawnee Time on Instagram, SeanDonnellyComedy.com. You can see me this weekend at McGuire's, Governor's at McGuire's. It's out in Bohemia. If you are a fan of the show or a fan of my comedic stylings, come check it out. It's a really great club. I'm excited every time I do it. There's only 2 shows. I think Fridays at 8 and Saturdays at 7. And yeah, we're going to have a brand new set, and we're going to have new shows. We're going to have more clips coming at you. So definitely go check that out.
And that's on Long Island?
On Long Island, yeah.
On Long Island. Go see, this is the best time of year to go see comedy.
Yeah.
Right before the holidays, you get done with all the fucking bullshit of shopping. You're on Long Island. You're doing, you're getting all your gifts and buying all of your fucking like Italian hair products that they do there, and go see Sean at McGuire's.
Please do. And yeah, we'll see you next week, right?
Bye.
Bye.
Fucking